Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, all of that. And let me know what's going on with you. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the box below. And thank you so much for all the well wishes from everybody. I really had a wonderful time with my family. I'm grateful to be back and trying to get caught up on everything. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the first card that I have for us is the Seven of Cups. This comes in kind of as an overwhelming type of a feeling. It's almost like there's maybe differing choices. Like, I feel like there are a lot of options ahead of a lot of you, but it's almost like there are pros and cons of each that almost balance, like weigh each other out or balance each other out. Like, there is no right or wrong choice, and that's what makes it difficult. Or it could also be that there is this feeling of like, there's a lot of options in front of you, but none of them are what you really want, or they're lacking in some sort of way. Because sevens are about a lot of introspection or thought when it comes to the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of soul searching about what you really need on an emotional level. And then the next card that we have is the Two of Wands. So it's needing to take action one way or another. It's kind of that fork in the road, and it determines which directions things go from there on out. So it's a crucial time, I feel like, for a lot of you, where there is an altering decision type process going on, or somebody is making a decision that is course altering. The next card, though, that we have after that is the Seven of Pentacles. So this comes in as patience. It comes in as nurturing and tending. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can represent like a harvest that you've really worked really hard for, put a lot into, and then the fruits of the harvest are underwhelming. It's like less than you were expecting, and it's disappointing. So it can come through as that type of an energy, but I definitely feel like it's calling for a lot of patience for some of you. Now, underneath the Seven of Cups, it's interesting, we have this Page of Cups energy, and this is kind of like that flirtatious playboy, playgirl type energy, or this flirting with, I have to say it, even though it's not a fire element, I get this feeling of flirting with fire. Especially with the picture depicted here, it's almost representative of a third party. And with the Seven of Cups above is where there are these different options that can also be representative of the third party. For some of you, this is you having more than one option. Not necessarily that there's any cheating or anything like that going on, but it's a recognition of other options and perhaps flirting or perhaps considering. And then underneath the Two of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands, which is this energy of standing up for something or standing up for what is yours. It's a protective type energy, so it could be somebody acting this way about you, perhaps, as well. And then underneath the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Cups, which the Eight of Cups is representative of turning your back on something that you've emotionally invested in because it's no longer serving you. But I feel like with this energy underneath the Seven of Pentacles, which is that patience type energy, it's talking more about distancing yourself from a way of doing things that's not serving you anymore. And perhaps approaching things completely different. It's almost like a feeling of an overhaul, like you have to relearn things. And it's going to take this patience. So let's see when we clarify what comes through. Please clarify the Seven of Cups here for Virgo, for love, for November 11th through the 30th. 2017, what is the Seven of Cups about here for Virgo? Why is the Seven of Cups here for Virgo? What is this Seven of Cups about here? Okay. On top of the Seven of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands. So again, it's like defending type energy or protective energy, or even like ownership energy, like possessiveness energy. And it's sevens. So there's a lot of instability kind of for us right now. It's almost like I don't know which way I'm going, because you have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Or some of you are really defending your right to take your time to make your mind up about what you want, or whether or not something is what you want, because perhaps some of you may be questioning that. Please clarify this Two of Wands here for Virgo, for love, for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. Okay. On top of the Two of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles. That could be representative of a child, perhaps, or a message coming in that has to do with finances, that has to do with stability. And there's a decision that's made. And I feel like this Two of Wands could be, for some of you, has to do with a young child who is kind of a make or break portion of the decision-making process for some reason, or helps direct the action toward, that's what it is. It's going to be, this Page of Pentacles is kind of the long-term portion of a quick decision. There's a quick decision and quick action that's taken, but there's also an end goal in mind in the long term. And so it's on a stable footing, but it's going to require this patience. The Seven of Pentacles is after that. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles here for love, for Virgo, November 11th to the 30th, 2017. What is this Seven of Pentacles about here for Virgo? Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? What is the Seven of Pentacles about here for love for Virgo? Okay. Three of Cups on top of the Seven of Pentacles. So for some of you, it is representative of a third party perhaps situation where there's a, like, patience is required, or somebody's waiting to see what happens. Perhaps there's feelings between two people or three people, and someone's waiting to see what happens. There's a lot of patience that's required. It could also be, too, that part of the struggle with the holiday season for some people is the amount of patience that's required around family and friends, perhaps, because there is like this testing of patience energy, or almost a draining energy that's going on. Perhaps some of you really just don't want to be doing that this year. It could be that too. And for whatever holiday or whatever it is that you're celebrating, some of it's going to be having to do with family. And I feel like there's going to be a call for a lot of patience. But for others, it could, again, be that third-party situation. Please clarify this Page of Cups here for Virgo, for love, for November 9th through the 30th, 2017. Please clarify this page. Okay. Yeah, on top of the Page of Cups, we have the Emperor. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign. So it could be an Aries, could be a Sagittarius or a Leo, but Aries comes through real strong. But with this Page of Cups here, it's almost like throwing in a little bit of this lightheartedness toward this person who's incredibly serious, takes a lot of responsibility for everything. Like, he's concerned about everybody's well-being, this Emperor energy. And the Page of Cups brings back a little bit of that inner child energy, or that this is what it's like to have fun energy for some of you. Please clarify this Seven of Wands here for love, for Virgo, for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is this? Okay. And we've got the Two of Swords on top of the Seven of Wands. So again, it's this decision that has to be made. And it's like somebody has to make a choice, and somebody's striving to do the right thing. Like, they really want to make the right decision. That's very important to them, to do the right thing. And so this Two of Swords comes in. It's not a light decision. It's not an easy decision for whoever is making it. So there is something, I feel like there's something major going on for a lot of you, to be honest. Please clarify this Eight of Cups here for love, for Virgo, for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is this 8 of Cups about here? Please clarify this 8 of Cups here. Okay. And then again, on top of this 8 of Cups, we have the 7 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups is turning your back onto something that is no longer serving you, even if it's something that you've emotionally invested in. But the 7 of Cups is having, you know, too many options or too many illusions. Perhaps there is an illusion. Perhaps this is us turning our back on an illusion, or somebody turning their back on an illusion that has to do with you. It could be because I feel like there's a lot of this unstable energy right here for us. Let's get some more clarifiers here because I'm really unclear. Please clarify the 7 of Cups here for Virgo, for love, for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is the 7 of Cups about here? Okay, so on top of the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Wands, we have the Magician. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. The Magician, though, is that spark of inspiration or a new idea or a new way of thinking that's innovative. It's that entrepreneurial spirit. It's what brings forth a manifestation. It's something that it's new and it's invigorating. And I feel like there is this conflict for some of you between perhaps actions that you want to be taking, and then also what you might think you're ready for emotionally for some of you. It could be that some of you feel that perhaps somebody needs to step up to the plate to you because maybe you need to stand your ground this time. It's like you knew what you wanted all along and they didn't give it to you, so perhaps you standing your ground this time forces them to prove something to you. And that could be where that Magician energy is coming in at for Virgo too, because the Magician is representative of Gemini, but it's also Gemini and Virgo are very, very close. So I feel like that definitely could be you. Please clarify this 2 of Wands here for love for Virgo for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is this 2 of Wands about? Okay, so then, yeah, we have the Sun card on top of the 2 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So the Sun is representative of that alive feeling, that happiness, and it's a long-term type of happiness, but it's just at the beginning. So it's like almost like there's a decision that has to be made in order for this to be able to grow. And it starts off rather slow, but then it turns into something amazing. Please clarify this 7 of Pentacles here for Virgo, for love, for November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is the 7 of Pentacles about here? Please clarify this 7 of Pentacles. No. Please clarify the 7 of Pentacles here for love. Yeah. For a lot of you, there is some sort of third-party situation or really, really shaking energy that's going to require a lot of patience to get through. Or this has already happened, and this is what you're demanding, why you're demanding that this other person prove something to you, because this has maybe already taken place. And perhaps it was really, really shattering, but somehow they've been able to work their way back toward you and are trying to prove to you something, perhaps. But it's also saying that if there are third-party situations going on, it's going to come out. That's going to be revealed. Please clarify this Page of Cups energy here for Virgo. For love, November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is this page? Okay. Yeah, the Judgment here. So I feel like that's going to come out for a lot of you. There's going to be this revelation of the truth going on. somebody takes control of the situation and the truth comes out and pretty much the judgment comes in and everybody reaps kind of what they sowed. But this is also an energy of elevating things. It's like a spiritual awakening. So it could be too that some of you step into a position of power, because that Emperor is definitely somebody who is in control of his environment. He's in a position of power. He's got the world in his hands, literally there. Well, I don't know if it's a world. It might be a big marble. But I think there's like a dolphin or something in there. Anyways, there's something in there that he's got in his hands, under his control. So I think that's what it's kind of talking about, is somebody takes control of a situation, and it's almost like these games stop. It's like somebody's putting their foot down for real. And that's what it is. This decision has been made. Like, I'm putting my foot down, standing up for myself. I've made this decision. It's a decision that had to be made intellectually. Couldn't allow the emotion to come into it. So let's see what this 8 of Cups and the 7 of Cups is. That's what it is. Some of you want it to look like you've moved on. That's the illusion that you're creating. And it's very masterfully done, too, because it is creating that illusion. And for some of you, maybe that's part of what the energy is, or feeling like you need to stay slightly out of reach. Not even if you've moved on, but not to get too close. It's just to stay slightly out of reach. Almost like that energy of trying to keep somebody on their toes, perhaps. Please clarify this 8 of Cups here for Virgo, for love. For November 11th through the 30th, 2017. What is this 8 of Cups about here? Please clarify this 8 of Cups here. What is this 8 of Cups about here? Please clarify this 8 of Cups for love for Virgo. For November 11th through the 30th. 2000. Okay, I gotcha. All right, so we've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is a victory card. It's a victory over this perhaps illusion of wanting to appear like you've walked away or moved on from something. But the 9 of Pentacles is also an energy of somebody who is single and stable and successful, and they're okay being that way. So I feel like for some of you, it's saying that no matter what you do in this situation, you kind of have the final say. You have the victory, so you have the final say of which directions things go. Like you control the, not the illusion necessarily, but you control the flow of the energy perhaps. This could be vice versa. This could be the other person, but it's definitely an energy of the 6 of Wands is a victory, and the 9 of Pentacles, even though it can represent a single person, it can also represent a long-term relationship that's on stable ground. So I definitely feel like what this tactic, and I don't mean that in a judgmental way, but there is this energy of creating an illusion of moving on, and that brings the victory that you're perhaps looking for, or that somebody is looking for. So let me know what's going on with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll speak with you soon.